everyone. This is Eric, head trader at tailoredtrader.com. I just want to do a video of a trade that I am in right now. It's the GBP USD long. Real quick, the analysis for the weekly time frame. Real quick, yesterday we had a pretty big move. From my perspective, we had a bearish engulfing on the weekly, and so far this week we've been fading that. So I am obviously long right now, playing that upward momentum. On the 4-hour time frame, which is one of my main time frames that I look at to execute, we are 3 hours into this 4-hour bar with 45 minutes remaining. And so far in the now market, this could potentially be printing a kind of doji continuation candle to the upside, hence why I'm trying to accumulate long. On the 60-minute, you see that doji test there and a closed print, and we're attempting to kind of fill the above space. And as you can see on my execution chart here, 30-minute time frame, I've been attempting to accumulate my longs. Average fills so far are going to be 24.96. I have a stop loss below that doji level of 24.79s. Pretty obvious right here, and that also coincides on the 4-hour time frame below that doji test. So if I bring up this execution chart, this is the only trade that I'm in so far. Kind of slow market this morning. Today is April 12th, which is a Wednesday, and it's about 8:15 a.m. New York time. Just to put that out there, here is the execution chart. So I've been accumulating down here in this range, in this small time frame range here. Average fills 96s, stop losses down here below at 79s, and I have orders to exit. I have orders to take profits above if I get that, and also accumulation orders down as long as my strategy allows me to, which it's still allowing me to. So doing that, we'll give an update on any other trades that I take and an update on this trade if and when we get movement. Trade update on the GBP USD. There are hours of kind of just some consolidation, as you can see here on the lower left chart. We got a little bit of movement. I already started taking profit a little bit, locking in some pips out of this consolidation and holding. I'll bring up an execution chart to see that. I also entered two other trades, one in the euro, one in the yen. So here I just want to show you kind of where I've been accumulating with facing, and got some movement, locking in about 10 pips or so, a little less. Took a little profit here as well in that scalp. Still in the remaining of the position. I'm going to let it ride. The stop never came close. If we get some upward movement, I'll trail that. There'll be another video update, of course. Let me move to the Euro USD. While that's loading, just to save time, I will put the execution chart up to show you kind of where I've been getting in, and then I'll bring it back to the other charts while that's loading. So you'll see kind of the execution on the higher time frames, but I started accumulating 0607s long, and I have orders at 006, a pip lower. Stop losses are going to be 96, and I'll put that up here on this chart. We have a basically just a long signal. There's a little bit of bullish pressure, just at least for this little bit of a flag on the higher time frames. So I have to kind of go with the higher for the movement for the day. So I'm just long right now. Average fills 0.8, stop loss at 0.596. Let me move on to the yen. So I'm going to buy a little more if prices get down here. The yen. I am going long USD yen. I have an order down here at 0.962. I've also bought some yen up here at 67s and 70s evens. So we'll see where this goes. If I just open up real quickly, we have kind of a bullish engulfing on the 1 hour. I'm trying to play a fade potentially for the day, but I'm going against the trend on this, so that's noted. Waiting for this chart to load. stops are going to be 48, which is going to be below this 60-minute doji here. I have no problem buying within this basing here. Okay, so the yen will be the first pair that I will update on the next video. I am going to go into looking at the charts again. So check back. Oh, okay, so back for the trade update, the yen, pretty much not immediately, but pretty much right after I entered it, it kind of entered back in its range and then went and just came down and just recently stopped me out right now on the yen. So there's my accumulation longs, and then got stopped out at 48s. That's where I had the stops, and yeah, they stopped me out there, and that's going. I did so that's a loss, one loss, and the euro and the GBP are the other two trades that I took, and they both ended up going into profit, and I've been scaling out since. So while this slowly loads, here's the euro accumulations. I missed another order by literally probably like a tenth of a pip. So there's where the longs were, and I've been scaling out with orders above. So locked in about 10 pips or so with orders out above to scale out. So that's what that looks like. Here is what if you move on the video, you'll see there's entry. So we got that a little bit of an extension move here. So we've been taking profits. I'm going to monitor the price on this on the 30-minute chart and the smaller time frames as well, because on the higher time frames, this is just looks like right now a continuation pattern. But again, just like I said, I had to go long with the momentum for the day, snagging and grinding those couple of pips there. Okay, this isn't loading, so every time I hit record, it seems to go slower. That's what I'm noticing, the trend with click meeting. So to save time, of course, I'm just going to go ahead and because obviously you see the trades here, load pound. So we waited all morning, got in, nothing told me to get out. So as that price broke out, this was the consolidated range that I was talking about, that 1 hour doji. Then it followed by a couple hours of consolidation, but I couldn't get no reason to get out. Had a bullish, a little bit minor bullish engulfing on the 60, and then finally got the breakout of price here, as you can see here on the 30. But I'm not even gonna. And then here on the 60, it's up, right? Tested that high, broke a little high on the 4 hour, and of course I've been scaling out as price went in my favor. Entries here, accumulation, another entry here. Now this stop I trailed up as well above a new basing level here. So I moved that stop from here to here. I'm going to see about adding it as well if the price allows me to, but that trade we locked in some pips. So far 3 trades, 1 loss in the yen, 2 wins in the, 1 win in the pound, 1 win in the euro. Profitable for the day. I'm gonna not much, small account. This is not the account, the Taylor Trader account that I'm gonna be trading. This is a very small account, live account. The members of my room know that I explained that. But I'll give another update on these trades. I'm gonna see about the yen and see if I just got stop swiped. And I will of course see if I can accumulate and update later. Final video trade update. I got to close up the day here. I'm pretty much done trading right in front of the screens. So the only trade that I'm still in, I'm going to explain the other trades, but the only trade that I'm in still right now is going to be the GBP USD. I still have a stop at 24.89. Nothing has happened except for it just came back in its range. But I pretty much entered here and caught that move, scaled out of basically all of that position. The position that I'm in now, I'm going to show you the execution chart here. So in the beginning of the video, all those accumulations, I got that price up, movement, and I was taking profit as I was out, exited everything else except for this last little entry here, the smallest size, and I have a stop loss down here, risking 10 pips. So there may be a little bit of give back here, but that is a profitable trade overall. Exited about 95% of that position. With good pippage from here to here being the most extreme, about almost 25 pips, and I'm only giving a very small size re-entry, about 12 pips. So coming out of that trade in profit on the GBP USD, and I have my stops down here. We're against the strategy, but I'm not going to stop myself out. This may hold on this little. I'll just keep that on and just move away from the screens. As you can see, it's about 1 p.m. New York time. Pretty much done for the day for me. Euro USD, same thing. Pretty much hot along, scaled out. Got in, tried to scale back in just a tiny bit of size. Exited majority of that position here from that entry 07s. Got that high water mark 0621s. I sold majority of my size. I scaled in a tiny bit here. Got just stopped out the remainder. On the Euro USD. Let me show you what that looks like and the reasons why. Just like I mentioned earlier, coming up into that range, this week so far in the Euro hasn't really done much, so that's why I scaled out of that position. I scaled back in a tiny bit, but stopped out, but that's no big deal as this market is just in a range. So overall came out on top on that trade as well in the Euro USD. Not putting the dollars up just because this is a small account, not the official Taylor Trader account. I just want to show you the executions and of course the stop out with the minor give back just on the other side, but already getting out there. The yen, I'm a little frustrated with myself today in the yen. I mentioned that this was a counter trend trade. And here you see it here, it stopped out over here. Now I already showed you that trade on the other video. I'm scared to switch my chart over here because it may take a little bit to load. But we do have that trade just being stopped out and it has done nothing since. So just moving on. But it was a counter trend trade. It just ended up being sticking within the 4-hour range and then just stopping me out and no follow through in the way. So just like that 4-hour bar right in the middle, they swept it above the low. We're just kind of settled in the middle, potentially tempting in the next 4 hours or so, doji candle on the end. So yeah, that's that. That's the final day. 2 trades, 2 profitable trades with a little bit to give back on the euro and the pound. Overall profit on those trades though, and 1 loss on the yen on a counter trend trade, which I mentioned. And that's that, closing out for the day. Today is the 12th of April, about 1 p.m. New York time, and I'm closing up shop for the day. Catch you in the trading room.